Liberia. We must all rise, stand together, fight Corona. People, put up uncertainty, no security, everything is possible. It could be your mama, your papa, brother and sister. Let's stand together to fight this deadly disease now. Walk on the wall we're living, put up uncertainty, no security, everything is possible. It could be your mother, your father, even your sister. Let's stand together to fight this deadly disease now. From Asia to Europe, Corona. Europe to America, Corona. America to Africa, Corona. Take precaution. Corona. It could be your mama, Corona. Brother, sister, or father. Corona. Let's stand together. Corona. Mama Liberia. Corona. God bless Mama Liberia and the rest of the world. We must arise. Let's stay together to fight Corona. We must arise. Let's stay together to fight Corona. Lord have mercy. Amen. 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 Let's fight Corona. Lord have mercy. Amen. 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 Let's fight Corona. Lord have mercy. Coronavirus spreads via droplets. When the person coughs or sneezes, the droplets land on surfaces and are picked up on the hands of others and spread further. People catch the virus when they touch their infected hands to their mouth, nose, or eyes. It follows that the single most important thing you can do to protect yourself is to keep your hands clean by washing them frequently with soap and water or hand sanitizer. What is the incubation period of COVID-19? It appears that symptoms are showing up in people within 14 days of exposure to the virus. What are the symptoms of COVID-19? COVID-19 symptoms include cough, fever, shortness of breath. In rare cases, COVID-19 can lead to severe respiratory problems, kidney failure, or death. If you have a fever or any kind of respiratory difficulty, such as coughing and shortness of breath, call your doctor. Coronavirus is real, but together we can fight it. Asia to Europe, Europe to America, America to Africa. Take precaution. Be safe. It could be your mama, brother, sister, or father. Let's stand together. Mama Liberia. We must arise. Let's stay together to fight Corona. We must arise. Let's stay together to fight Corona. Corona is the lead. Amen. Fellow Liberians, let's stand together with the coronavirus. God bless Africa and the rest of the world. We are Project.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the new production of President George Weah, the president of the Republic of Liberia. That's a new one right there. So let you hit this one, and we will be right back with you.
I don't know why I keep doing more hits over and over and over again. I got Queens to be on this hot beat. The best one, KZ, Big Nick. Oh man, what did you put it? I'm making me hitch. I can't even breathe. I hitch that leech. Take me from this bridge, she said. All the thing I put there, you will always eat. Very need to preach. Oh, Nenny never eat when I can't. Oh, Nenny never eat when I sugar on a quick. I say, eat got to put you. Eat milky, put you. Eat sugar, put you. Eat when gonna put you. My man, I crazy. My pan, I crazy. That what thing made me crazy. That I get it, made me crazy. Oh, hospitals, scammers, is, almost, ass, scammers, is, I say, baby, you wanna canale too. Any lebe, you wanna canale too. Baby, you wanna, any lebe, you wanna, any lebe, you wanna, any lebe, you wanna, lebe, you wanna, any lebe, you wanna. That voodoo and juju that making you play me that lulu. Got me, I can't tell a one mumu. I can't even breathe, I can't hitch. You can see I hear some people calling me sticky stacky. They say I can say, but I will not worry because I know my pocket frisky. And I'm so juicy. But man, you did it. Now some people calling me bum, baby. Say that bum, baby. They're calling me bum, baby. Say that bum, baby. You making me go me Larry. But please don't call me Jerry, man. Now what do you put there? That sugar or that water? You mix it all with butter. But man, you nice. You fun jella pusawa. Sweet jella casawa. Someone in hard as some no rest. Oh, from the country rest. But you my own girl. You not make me hitch there. And I bust, I tire now, busting bell. I will need your help before I die. Oh, I will cry. Oh, can't in my heart. I will never let you down. What did you put it? I'm making me hitch. I can't even breathe. I hitch that leech. Take me from this bridge, she said. All the thing I put there, you will always eat. Very need to preach. Oh, Nenny never eat when I can't. Oh, Nenny never eat when I sugar on a quick. I say eat got to put you. Eat milky, put you. Eat sugar, put you. Eat when gonna put you. My man, I crazy. My pan, I crazy. That what thing made me crazy. That I get it, made me crazy. Oh, hospitals, scammers, is, almost, ass, scammers, is, I say, oh man, please tell your daughter. Papa, tell your daughter. If she tell me, I will tell her. We'll be talking. Even though I hitch, I still the grandma king. I left so many years, I still maintain my seats. I'm making it happy. Ever since in the like it. Now I hitch, jelly leech, all on the beach. I can't even breathe. I say, lebe ibuna. I can't even walk. Lebe ibuna. I can't even think. Lebe ibuna. My ear cut, I can't listen. Lebe ibuna, canale too. Any lebe ibuna, canale too. Lebe ibuna. Any lebe ibuna, lebe ibuna, any lebe ibuna, lebe ibuna, any lebe ibuna. I say lebe ibuna. I can't even walk. Lebe ibuna. I can't even think. Lebe ibuna. My ear cut, I can't listen. Lebe ibuna, canale too. Any lebe ibuna, canale too. Lebe ibuna, any lebe ibuna, lebe ibuna, any lebe ibuna, lebe ibuna, any lebe ibuna. It is what it is. It's the Grandma King KZ. And Queen to be on this one. Rest in peace, Skinny Negro. I love you, bro. Peace. Yo, what's up, LIV? What's up, world? This is KZ Big with the best one. Look by my King Zulu. What's up? Watch out for the video. He's just gonna be if you want to get a copy soon, go to www.kzmusic.com. You can buy it from online. If you want to check out my Facebook, you can go to KZ Big Name. I like to say a special thanks to a lot of people, really good people. I like to say thanks to my boy Kalu behind the scene. I like to say a lot of respect to you. I like to say special thanks to Drain Dibbo, you know, the director behind the scene. I like to say special thanks to you, Drain. Hey, yo, DJ Soto, you're always there for me, showing me love. I like to say what's up to DJ Flex from Australia, man. What's up? The video is done right now.
We gonna hit y'all crazy and make you shake your body. Or drop your voodoo. Or girl, don't act like boo boo. Or shake and rock your body. Or rock and shake your body. Rock it, shake it, rock it. Hey.
Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni konjinwe, zien bien mweni. Des croissants encore, des dires encore. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni konjinwe, zien bien mweni. Des croissants encore, des dires encore. Daka chingaji banyo paka kwing mama mbogo ndebe ni senywende wana nyonde banyo cheje. Ekenake daka chingaji banyo paka kwing mama mbogo ndebe ni senywende wana nyomba de banyo cheje. Ekenama mireke matake wa sense mbaka wanike wable wa berebe wa tawa ninjige waji more da mombwenwe. Ekenake daka chingaji banyo paka kwing mama mbogo ndebe ni senywende wana nyomba de banyo cheje. Ekenama mireke matake wa sense mbaka wable wa berebe wa tawa berebe. To
all your chummy bitches, your kakaleka witches, we gonna hit y'all crazy and make you shake your body. Or drop your voodoo. Or girl, don't act like boo boo. Or shake and rock your body. Or rock and shake your body. Rock it, shake it, rock it. Hey.
Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni konjinwe, zien bien mweni. Des croissants encore, des dires encore. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni konjinwe, zien bien mweni. Des croissants encore, des dires encore.
You look like Kaka, Leka, dressed like old man Beka. Yeah, Leka, Beka. Oh, Beka, Beka, with your big Trasadunga singing fa la la di la di la di la. Oh man, Jukuju, big Trasadunga flare. Oh man, Jukuju, big Trasadunga flare. Drop your voodoo girl, move your body right in, your body right. No time to confess, don't act like mumu. Oh, I'm gonna drop you Chris's soul. Keep on looking low, low. I'm gonna make you cold. What? Come to my show. Oh, yeah, hoka hoes and yeah, chicalo, hopa Joe. Sorry if I hurt you, but you so in my crew. I'm talking to the stupid fool. All of y'all people that criticize me. It's crazy, big me. I'm doing this loyalty for your LIB people, my Liberian people. I love y'all, my people, my people, my people.
The way they move like this, I dey feel you. The way they shake your yans, I dey feel you. Which level come? Make we yarn, now your yarns where they follow it. Don't make me follow kilo danger. They want big for this party. She fix shake her body. I like her so much. That's why I'm falling in love. Make you come out of your voodoo. Don't act like one mumu. For Naja with the sewer. Ajekulema too. Everybody they sewer. Liberia. Everyone then the dance. Dance ya, Barajet. Make you dance. Dance ya, Barajet. Make you dance.
We gonna hit y'all crazy and make you shake your body. Or drop your voodoo. Or girl, don't act like boo boo. Or shake and rock your body. Or rock and shake your body. Rock it, shake it, rock it. Hey.
Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni konjinwe, zien bien mweni. Des croissants encore, des dires encore. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni konjinwe, zien bien mweni. Des croissants encore, des dires encore.
Kakalika girl, I like that ass. The way you shake it fast, I don't want you to step. I don't know you say voodoo. Oh yeah, say juju that you put inside my fufu that got me acting like mumu. I must tell you the truth, that is so good to be close to you. I will never lose you. I will act a fool, I will sell my papi shoes. Since you knew goose, I will spend my on you. I will cry, oh, I will die, oh. Can't in my heart, I will never let you down, oh. I like it, I get it, I like it, oh. Yes, I want it, I get it, I want it. That one I bought a rest, I will soon bust a bed, oh. And when I bust a bed, I will take a 6 cup. That one I finna red, I will soon bust a bed, oh. And when I bust a bed, I will take a 6 cup. That one I long green rest, I will soon bust a bed, oh. And when I bust a bed, I will take a 10 cup. Forget I bought a red, super slim I long green rest, finna red I 10. I did any,
to all your chuncha me bitches, you got kaleka witches. We gonna hit y'all crazy and make you shake your body. Or drop your voodoo. Or girl don't act like mumu. Or shake and rock your body. Or rock and shake your body. Rock it, shake it, rock it. Hey.
Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni kondi nye, zien bien mweni. Des croissants con, des dire sans con. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni kondi we, zien bien mweni. Des croissants con, des dire sans con. Mazinza chocho, mon anges ronye. Poni kondi nye, zien bien mweni. Des croissants con, des dire sans con. Mazinza chocho.
Billing in Monrovia City. This is Liberia, the oldest African country with approximately 4 million people. All the natural resources God has blessed this country with. The people in this country still suffer from poverty, suffer from bad governance, bad leaders. Every time the people of Liberia try to go forward, there's a backwardness. Over 81% of people living in Liberia use copper to cook their food. Mothers, old mom on the street have to sell to survive, to sustain their family. The old pops, the fathers got to push wheelbarrows to sell. The youth are in the ghetto, frustrated, hungry, angry. The young people are taking in drugs, unemployment, labor. The ghetto is all where we have our future generation. Rice price is so high. It is the major cash crop of this country's survival. Teenagers are on the street. Prostitution has increased. Beggars are so many. Even the blind cripple struggle to survive. Oh God, help this country. When will our musicians be successful and wealthy as others around the world? Teenage pregnancy, on the street selling for survival. Oh God, send us our Savior.
Rice baby,
Teahjay.
I know I'm the way.
LIP.
And let's talk about it.
Hey, yes, Young Master exclusive.
Hey. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. See, every first start with Francie B. Francie B, we mix you. Everybody loves you. But God love you best. Yeah. See your dad mix you, and your mom mix you, and all your friends too. Yeah. I remember the time we were doing longer me. Raspy, JB, and Quincy B. I was lost, pardon the B. The legend, Quincy B. Yeah. It's a big blow. We got plenty things to talk about here today. Oh Lord, we got plenty things to talk about here today. I wanna allow we got plenty things to talk about here today.
You too plenty.
We got plenty things to talk about here today.
Teahjay, we were talking.
Yeah, talk it now or forever hold your peace. It will hurt them some of them. We won't even can call us peace. So let us all take a look at musicians there in this country. We should die first before you show us concern. I understand. Rest in peace, Quincy B and all the other soldiers. Letting too plenty, you see the chance for me to talk. Musician union, that union can't even talk. The politics, I should be the one that to polish it. The bigger mixtape, why we using 3 currencies? The people suffer from hunger, only thought you can offer. Represented there, they were in power, they do the best they can in again, leading the people left the mess. I got problems with LIB TV station, promoting foreign things, forgetting their own production. JFK, the West case, that death case. I should stop it for now, but I still got more to say.
Plenty things to talk about here today. Oh God, we got plenty things to talk about here today. Hey God, we don't need a Southwest before you come to help us. Oh yeah, we don't need a Southwest before you come to our rescue. Yeah. See, the government again, no time for us, my people. Hey, I see the way how we suffering. Yeah. See the tough time we going through. Yeah. Sometimes my parents sleep, I wanna choose to do music. Yes, it's my dream, so I can never leave it. Believe it. We got plenty things to talk about here today. I talk about me. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got boku things to talk about here today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the late edition of Vortisano in the Diaspora with Doug Saipo, the Esoteric. We are happy to be back here with you. The virus, has compelled us to stay home, and so we will use the opportunity to talk to you and to have a conversation with our people in and around the globe. All right, so to begin the show tonight, those are following, I've seen a couple of people. Let me recognize you, and I will start the ball going here. So, Joel Verdi, what's up? Thanks for the love. The same, my man Benny V, what's up? How you doing, boss? Marilyn Tia Morris, how are you, Madam President? I seen Slabby Senate, how you doing, Chief? What's going on? Amelia Tijani, how you doing, sis? Slabby Roberts, what's up, buddy? Mr. President, Sam Sam Brown, how you doing, sir? Thanks for following the show. I'm seeing Mr. Maya Tooley is following. I'm seeing others. I can see all of you. All right, so if you're logging from another platform, I wouldn't see your name. Okay, so we're going to start the show tonight with this one on the screen that you're seeing for sure. Let me share the agenda with you in totality before I get going here. So after the birthday, shout out to the Honorable President, we'll also be talking about the primary objective of the USA, which is the United Southwest Association, was omitted from President Leo's National Emergency Teleconference held last week. All right, that's something we're going to expand on tonight. The next one I call the opiate of the masses. What is that? Just follow Voice of Sound, you will know what that is. Superintendent Lee Nagwe to face the House of Elders for allegedly insulting Senator Milton Teahjay. I read that again. Superintendent Lee Nagwe to face the House of Elders for allegedly insulting Senator Milton Teahjay. Next, for discussion, we also be talking about the superintendent Lee Nagwe cross-pollinates with the people of Seabed community in Greenville. All right, that's something we're going to expand on. Would the construction of new art edifice solve the insolvency and maintenance problems of Voice of Sano? And that's a question we're going to be navigating tonight. Let me read that question again. I say, would the construction of new edifice solve the insolvency and maintenance problems of Voice of Sano? That's a question for you. Next, let me see what I got for our thinking together tonight. Let me see, man. I don't jump over something. The next one here, Mr. Stephen Kia, hopefully I pronounced that name right, fired for removing 46 Sanoians from payroll at the behest of Madam Annie Pobleh, who was influenced by Senator Teahjay. All right, that's something I want to be talking about. So these are the things I have for you tonight for discussion. So let's start from the first one here. All right, so the first one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to do a shout out to the president of the Sano County Association. That is Honorable Thomas Soin. It's a birthday today. The president is celebrating his birthday. So we want to say happy birthday on behalf of the voice of Sano, the voice that represents the people of Sano, both in the diaspora and in Liberia. And so, Mr. President, we want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from the offices of Her Excellency, Madam Frances Myers, from the offices of the National President of our Union, His Excellency G. Kojidio. We like to say happy birthday to the National President, the man who is the president for all the Sano County related organizations in these United States. All right, Mr. President, we wish you all the best. Knowledge. He's a very intelligent man. I like to talk to him. So, Mr. President, enjoy your B-Day, and we wish you many more. All right, let's get to number 2 here for our talking points. Okay, so the next one here I called the primary objective of the USA or USA was omitted from President Dio's National Emergency Teleconference held last week. All right. So when I said, if you notice there, I used the word objective. I didn't say objectives. The United Sapo Association in Americas has several objectives, but key among them is one block of people, and that constituent of the Sapo Association that the organization focuses on. That component has to do with the people of the Sapo land in Liberia. Because if you peruse the preamble to the Constitution, it says that the organization was established to seek the needs of the people in Liberia. And so from last meeting, although I was on the meeting, I was on the teleconference line, I was flabbergasted. I was nonplussed. I was bewildered that the national president will convene a meeting in the midst of a pandemic, and then the major people for whom the organization was established, that major block was omitted, was deleted, was negated from the agenda. So I was flabbergasted. I was catapulted immediately in the desert of dejection. I was sad. You called a meeting, elect President Donald Trump called a meeting to talk about the pandemic, to talk about COVID-19. And then he doesn't say anything about the American people. That's how I see it. If you are in the media, that's one of the beautiful things about being the public man. People bring beautiful ideas to you. This did not even occur to me during the meeting. It was another member of the organization who brought this to my attention. I thought that was suggestions to talk about tonight. He called me, and I should give the credit to him. I don't want to be taking credit for things that did not originate from me, but I want to take this time to recognize the vice president of the Sapo Association, North Dakota chapter, Mr. Slebby Roberts. The idea came from him. He did not attend the meeting, but after the meeting, he called me. He said, "Esther Terry, you were on the meeting, but why is it that something about people buying wasn't put on the agenda?" So, well, That's what they have this cliche, and they say, or ideas are not beautiful in one head, So meaning that one person doesn't know it all. And so when the man brought it to him, he said, man, I was shocked. That later I call a couple of people and see what they said about people. Especially at least sending some sort of help. At this time, in the midst of this epidemic or pandemic, if you like, we should be the first thing that should be discussed. It should be the how to save our people back home. So I thought the president would have put something on the agenda, at least to maybe talk about maybe how can we buy some buckets, for example. How can we get some maybe soap? How can we get some hand sanitizers that maybe we can make? The president can propose a little budget to get something to help our people with the fight against this virus. But sadly, nothing was on the agenda. So that's what I'm calling the objective, the primary objective of the organization was removed from the agenda. And the whole agenda was devoted to the convention in Florida that is scheduled for August in Florida. That's what the whole meeting was concentrated on. Meanwhile, the main group of people, they were out of the agenda. And so I think, Mr. President, moving forward, let's put the plight of our people first, especially in times like these. In times like these, we have to at least, and we are talking when we say emergency. Our people are far more vulnerable back home than those of us here. We are vulnerable, but at least we have access to good medical facilities here. But the case is not the same back home. And so we cannot have a teleconference and we say the organization, the main objective, the primary objective is to seek the interests of the people back home. And then we'll have an emergency meeting and nothing will discuss about the organization. That was pathetic. That was a blunder on the part of the administration. Yes. Some of us, we have a lot of ideas to put forward during meetings. But the problem, the reason we hold back is, it makes no sense to give ideas and then those are supposed to implement the ideas, they don't care. And so it defeats the purpose of talking. So we don't want to just be talking and give these beautiful ideas. So sometimes someone will go on the teleconference and just listen. We just listen. We don't say a lot. Because it defeats the purpose to give the ideas, and the administration is not doing anything to implement, to practicalize those ideas. See, so the young man, Slebby, was thoughtful, the vice president of the North Dakota chapter, to have brought this to my attention. Every country on earth right now, they are doing everything to save their citizens from this virus. But in the case of the United Sapphire Association, we are talking about convention. The main people for whom we established the organization, we put convention over them. How sad. All of us that were on that line, this applies to all, not only the administration. Even though they say in military science, anything the unit does, the commander takes the responsibility. So the president is at the helm of authority. So the blame goes on him for negating our people from the agenda and talking about convention. Whether it should be postponed, whether it should be canceled, whether it should be suspended for time indefinite, and the list goes on. These things should not have been the most important thing that we should focus on. It should be the people. But that being said, that's something, we have all the great thinkers in the union. They are bringing the ideas to us. And so our job here is to propound the ideas to the community, to the leadership. The application of the ideas is another thing. If they want to implement to practicalize, to bring the ideas to fruition, that is at a volition of the leadership. We cannot force them. but we will just bring out the ideas to them. So, Mr. President, moving forward, this faux pas should not be committed next time. This gigantic blunder should not be perpetrated. Yes, the safety of our people should be first. You understand? The first law of survival is self-preservation. So we survive, we save ourselves. By ourselves here in this context, it means our people, including ourselves. So the people, holistically speaking, that's what in that context it means. First law of survival is self-preservation. We have to preserve our people. But we talked about convention. Nothing was on the agenda for buckets, for soap, hand sanitizer, for gloves, for PPE if you want to make this shot, personal protective equipment. Those things. We don't talk about anything like that. Or maybe emergency food, maybe a couple of bags of rice for the people just in case. But that's it. That's it. We are here. That's why we are here to help our people. We are not against the administration, but the blunders are made. They will be highlighted. We will make it conspicuous to the people. All right. So, Mr. President, next time let's do better. That's something I wanted to talk about as it relates to the objectives, the primary objective being omitted from the agenda. So let's go to number 2 or 3 if you like. Let us take down the Honorable President. His birthday today. That's why I'm advertising him. Let me see something else here that I wanted to talk about. So this one I call it the opiate of the masses. The opiate of the masses. This from as a whole line is from the thinker, philosopher called Karl Marx. Karl Marx saying religion is the opiate of the masses. In other words, religion is the drug. It's a sort of drug when the people take. They don't think. They go into stupor. It's like you're taking soporific drug. So when you take some sort of drug, you start sleeping. Your thinking faculty is compromised. And so Karl Marx called religion the opiate of the masses, the opiate of the people. What am I talking about this? In the midst of this virus, this invisible agent, this invisible antagonist or enemy of the people, the religious people in my country, they are behaving in a strange way, very strange, very strange. That it's just so bizarre to see sane people, S-A-N-E, sane people to be thinking or conducting themselves in an insane way. It's strange. In the modern times, some same people behave as though they are in the caveman era. That is very, like they are in the Paleolithic period. That's how I see how people behaving. So in order to go further on this topic, I like to play this video for you. Let's get this video out there for you. I want to play this for you.
Okay, folks, if you're just joining us, welcome. This is Spoon TV. We coming to you live from district number 10, where Christians have gathered to pray for the nation according to them, after the health ministry came out to say no public gathering, but this group of Christians have gathered according to them to pray for the nation. And the Liberian National Police is here doing everything to get them off. All of the diplomatic means you can talk about have been performed here, with the extent of the police arresting some of their leaders, but yet but yet the team is still here praying, and the police is still doing a diplomatic work to have them off this place. But they are saying that they will not leave. If they will die, let them die, because they are here to pray for the nation. So the police is still struggling to have them off this place. They are still using every diplomatic means. Though the government of Liberia, through the health ministry, declared a national health emergency. But yet, these Christians have gathered here to say no. It is their time to pray for the nation. There you have all of them here. Here you have the women's session. You have the male session here. And they are all on their belly, sitting on the floor, praying to God. Praying to God. Praying to God to release them. So that is what's going on here. So if you just want to welcome you. This is Spoon TV. This is Spoon TV coming to you live. This is Spoon TV coming to you live here. We're here to bring you all of the happiness. If you're just joining us, we want to welcome you. The police, that is the folks from the police have come all here just to restore law and order. But that has become the problem. Will the police be successful to get these group of people off here? That's the question now. Social distance, it was announced, but that rule is being broken here. No social distancing, nothing again. Everyone here, all you can hear is, if you want to kill us, you need to repent. And you still have the Liberian National Police doing everything. I'm telling you everything. I've been here for a couple of minutes. They have done everything to get them off here, but it is not working. So what the police has done is just to barricade them. The police has just made a long line here. Though some of their leaders were arrested, but yet the folks are staying here. There you have the Liberian National Police standing, just looking at them while they continue praying. They still continue with their prayer. They say, all they want is to pray. If you want to kill them, you can kill them. So if you're just joining us, we want to welcome you. We're coming to you live from district number 10, where a couple of Liberians have gathered in their number to pray. They are saying their job is just to pray. Pray and pray.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the religious intoxication of our people in the country. And that's what you're saying. The opiate of the masses, the drug of the people is religion. You know, when you give religion to a zealous group of people, this is what they do. Now, before I go any further, I don't know whether these Christians, they read their own texts, their own holy text, whether they read it. I mean, maybe they can read it, but they don't comprehend what is being said. And so before I go any further, for what this thing is, it's total madness. What I just watched, or what I just showed you, or what we just watched, is total madness. In the midst of pandemic, you're seeing this thing going on. This is a public health hazard. These people are a threat to the entire nation. Now, let me read something to you. Let's look at the Christian, their holy book, what their holy book say. I don't know whether they read their holy book, but let's see. If you look at Matthew chapter 6, verse 5. Let's read from verse 5 first. That's the Christian own book about to speak to us now. All right. So it says here, Matthew chapter 6, verse 5. If you get your book now, go to that Bible verse quickly. It says here, when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues or on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. That's the Bible talking here. I read that again. Matthew chapter 6, verse 5. Okay. And when you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. This is Jesus talking. We got according to them the New Testament of Jesus' words. Okay, so Jesus is the one that's talking here. Now let's go to verse Matthew 6:6. You see what it says here? Matthew chapter 6, verse 6. It says here, but when you pray, go into your room. That's another version of interpretation. This is the New International Version I'm reading here. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. You're praying to an unseen man, somebody you don't see, okay? Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. All right, let me read another version. Let me read the New Living Translation, right? The New Living Translation says here, but when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father, who sees everything, will reward you. It's Jesus talking, not me. This is your Bible. This is a holy text. But these people that do some weird stuff in the country, they go in the middle of the street. You can read another translation, English Standard Version. But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. This is the Bible talking here. But I see our people that gather in the street. I don't know what sort of Christianity they are practicing. Because if you say you are Christian, then you have to follow what is written in your text. Your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is saying, go in your closet, go in your room, lock the door, and pray to your Father, who is unseen, your invisible man. Go and pray to him. He did not say, he said, what the people do, according to Jesus, they are hypocrites. They gather in the street to be seen by people. They want to show that they love Jesus. But Jesus is telling you, that's not how I want you to do it. Go in your closet and pray to me or pray to my Father. And then he will answer you because he knows everything in secret. But yet, seeing our people that gather in the street, they want to be religiously flamboyant. They want to show that they are pious people. But Jesus is saying that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. You see, so you see Christianity has been turned upside down. The Liberian people are doing totally different things. In the middle of epidemic, they are all congregated in the street, and they are seeing people again, S-A-N-E, seeing people behaving or conducting themselves in an insane way. How sad. These people, they say God is listening to them, they love the nation, and they love the nation, they are praying to God. But they are the poorest people you see on earth. You see some of them over there, when they leave from over there, they hardly get, $5 to purchase water for them to take bath. And they say they're praying to a God that loves them. The God loves you and you look like that? Your country, you have more churches than schools, and yes, though your deity doesn't listen to you, your plight, you are one of the poorest countries in the world. You listen and you say your God loves you, and you gather in the street to put the survival of other people in jeopardy, to threaten the entire nation. And the police over there, they want to be diplomatic. That's when you spread water on those people, let it disperse, because they are threats. The president spoke about social distancing. Even the Ministry of Health says that no large gathering. And these people, they defy the people. And they are watching them doing that nonsense. It was total nonsense. I was watching. What is wrong? What is going on in Liberia? They didn't do what they're doing Ebola time in the country. They didn't get it. They didn't defy Ebola. But now they're doing weird stuff. The Muslims are not doing this. But the Christian, they want to show off. Jesus, listen, their God is the most powerful. But your Father, Jesus, your God that you serve, that you say you believe in, the man said go in your closet. He didn't say go in the street and congregate and put the health of all people in jeopardy. That's what happens. You see, this is exactly what happens when you give people a book and they don't understand what the book is all about. They misuse the text. A lot of them don't even read the book. A lot of them, they don't even read a book. They carry the book around. They don't know what this book is all about. You are worshiping a Jewish man, somebody from the Middle East. He's not from Liberia. He's not from Lofa. He's not from Grand Jide. He's not from Sino. He's not from Grand Cru. I mean, he's not even from Africa. Worshiping the Jewish people, the people that even where Jesus came from, the people don't even believe him as the Son of God. But the people in Liberia, they're worshiping a dead man. And they're acting funny in the street. They're congregating in the street. A dead man. Jesus is a dead man. The people, the Roman treated like he's a criminal to the Romans. That's how they treated him. The way the crucifixion in the days of the Roman, that's how they treat criminals. People that, because they tell you that what the person is doing, they don't want nobody to repeat it again. And that's what they did to Jesus. And that's the man they call God. He be 50 Cent say he's powerful more than Jesus. 50 Cent got shot multiple times. He's still alive. They get Jesus 3 nails, say he's dead. And this is the man that people are worshiping. They're worshiping a dead man. You see, so it's sad. We have the Africans, they've been on the scene for a long time. Our people, they have their religions. They have things that they believe in. But you see, if you like, one of the Afrocentric thinkers, Carter Wilson, was right. This is exactly why he calls the miseducation of the Negro. When you miseducate the people, this is what they do. The people treated you for over 400 years. They turn around, they brought a book to you, and it's the very book they used to suppress you, to make you slaves. They turn around and give you the same book, and you agree, you are so gullible, and you take it to be the word of God. And you are carrying the Bible all over the place. Even though the book is the most vicious book ever, when you read that book, it's the most diabolical book I have ever read. The God in that book, especially from the Old Testament, he's an angry and diabolical and notional and don't care God. He just kills people. He's a tribalistic God. This is the God that people worshiping. This is the God that the man, even the Christian themselves, there were several arguments on these very texts. If you read about Maxian, for example, if you read about Maxian said the God in the Old Testament is not the same God in the New Testament. It's a different God. Because the God in the Old Testament is an angry and diabolical being. So it can be the same God in the New Testament. That was a whole debate in that. If you read theological literature, you'll see all those things. But people don't read these things. The whole argument about even the deity of Jesus. The Council of Nicaea, they had to congregate. Jesus was made God or made the Son of God based on vote. But people didn't know, I think 325 or so, when they had to convene the Council of Nicaea. That's when Jesus was made God. Because there was an argument between two, I think it was Arius, the priest Arius, and it's another guy, I just forgot his name. They had an argument about the deity of God. Arius is the Arius conflict. Arius said that Jesus and the Father cannot be the same. Jesus is subordinate to the Father. And then I think Alexandra, I just want to forget his opponent. It just slipped my mind. So the other guy, the opponent of Arius said, no, Jesus and the Father, they are one and the same. It was a whole argument. There are certain people that were following Arius that say Jesus and the Father can be the same. They are not the same. Jesus is subordinate to God. The Father and the Son cannot be the same. That was Arius' argument. So the guy went into it and said, so how to solve that thing? That's how Constantine organized the Council of Nicaea. And they had to put it to a vote for Jesus and God to be. It was back so when you hear the Nazi creed that they read in the Catholic Church. That's how when Jesus and God is saying Jesus and the Son and the Father, they are one. It was by vote, by election. People don't read this literature. And our people are gathering in the street in the midst of this epidemic and the pandemic, if you like. And they say they will die for Jesus. Jesus is there, long gone. He's a person, old, poor guy who was crucified. He went against the Roman people laws and they killed him. He's not going to come back to save anybody. You got to get that at the back of the head. But our people don't get it. Again, this is what happens. When you carry a book to the people and you miseducate them, that's what they do. It's miseducation of the Negroes. Carter Woodson was right. They miseducated our people. They carry the book. There's another book they call The Indians Against the God. If you get time, just go check it out. The Indians Against the God. You know what the people did? When the missionary went to, they call it the Penati Indians. When they went to their land, you know what they did? They said, they are sinners, so they have to repent. They had to repent to accept for Jesus to accept them, or for God to accept them. So the problem they had with the Penati Indians was the word sin does not exist in the people's language. So the people say they are sinners. So the people who don't know what you're talking about sin. You know what it did to proselytize to convert the Penati Indians. You know what it did? They went and wrote the Bible. They wrote another version of it, and they said the Penati Indian killed Jesus. All right, and that's how they were able to convert the people. So these religious people, they are diabolical people. They ran these weird campaigns, and they miseducated people because if they have somebody who has a little this Western education, they feel they're superior to you. But when people have all these religions in their place, they got different gods. They've been praying to the Christian God for years, since 1847. And Liberia is the poorest country. You have a Christian nation. You say you're a Christian nation, and you have at least 80% of the people, they are Christian. And then 80% of the people, they are wallowing in poverty. And they say they have a God that cares for them. At what point does the God come to your aid? When you're all dead and gone? And you just... the people, the healthcare department in the country, they're telling you, don't congregate. And you defy the people. And the police sitting down over there, they're watching them. All over the world. The people that stopping their citizens. The people that brought Christianity to you themselves, they're not even doing what you are doing. So it's unfortunate. This is the drug, the opiate of the masses. Karl Marx talked about it a long time ago. The opiates, the people take the drug of religion, they don't think. They don't think they're normal people. If you don't want normal man to think that normal man, just gain religion. He will suspend everything about logic and reasoning. No, he will not follow the law of logic. Anything you give him an evidence, that evidence will not exist. That's what religion does. When somebody is drunk, they don't see anything. They are drunk. The person is intoxicated. The person is high on drug. If you take cocaine, for example, or you take let's just say a weed, for example, marijuana, you don't think like normal man. And that's what religion does to people. The people don't think they're normal people. When they're in a religion, you will tell a religion bad right now, this thing is bad. They will still say, oh, because of Jesus are doing it. Yes. They believe in Jesus more than themselves. Or there a carcass. The man has decomposed long time ago. But the people went there and they bamboozle our people. They don't know that people are Jenna. And they fall for it. And the sad part of it, our people will come in the West, they will see these things, they are glaring. But then when they come here, they propound the same thing, they beat in our people here. Instead of deconstructing the bad philosophy from the minds of our people, then they propagate it. After all that, the man education, he went to theological seminary. If he doesn't tell, if he tells the people the truth, he will not get a church, will not get a congregation. So he has to lie. He has to go in the Bible and cherry pick. He cherry pick and take one Bible verse from here, and not a day that the people will objectively preach the Bible. I guarantee anybody who preaches the Bible, any pastor who preaches the Bible, objectively, the congregation will leave the same day, because the book is vicious. It's not a good book. But people carry Bibles around. The God in your Bible, you read it. Like I said, God in the Bible killed more people than even the system the people talking about. The man wipe people out, drown people. That's a good God to praying to. What will Satan do when God is drowning people and sending flood and drown everybody, all the animals? What will Satan do? And you say Satan is the bad one, and you are worshiping this thing, and you say it's good. Hitler said it's better than the God in the Bible. So our Liberian people would rather worship Hitler. They should find his grave and worship him. Or the Christian, they should go and worship Ben Ali and kill 3,000 people. The God in the Bible killed more people than all these people are talking about. If we go even to Pol Pot, the man who killed almost his own people, 3 million of them, the Cambodian leader. If you go to Hitler, who killed 11 million people. A lot of times the people want to talk about 6 million. It's 11 million. The man killed 6 million Jews and 5 million non-Jews. They just got to watch it. They got to get, charge for Hitler. Because the Bible, the guy in the Bible killed more people than Hitler and other guys that Stalin did. But the people watching these things, they say it's a good book. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Have you read this book? If you read this book objectively and take out the religious heart and put on your human thinking cap critically and think about this book, you wouldn't want to worship the deity they're talking about. Even the New Testament is not even a good book. Jesus would tell you, I didn't come to change the law. I'm here to implement it. He's talking about all the laws in the Old Testament. And those laws are not good. And he said, Jesus is a good man. Jesus said, I didn't come to abolish the law. I'm here to implement what I was saying in the Old Testament. And the Paul said it's a good book. You see, so that's what religion does. It blinds, it obscures the mind, the thinking faculty of people. That's what religion does. It don't make people to think critically. You see, stop the blasphemy. See the other man. You see, this is what religion does. Again, it's the opiates of the market, of masses. People don't think when they enter religion. They don't think. They don't think. They could come and ask you all the critical questions. But when it comes to the Bible, you say, oh, it's blasphemy. They want to scare people with these things. No, sir, that's a fallacy in logic. That's what you are committing right here. It's called appeal to fear. You don't want to use the word blasphemy and you scare me. That's a way to shut up people not to think about this thing. It's a way to say do not think when you say blasphemy. It's a literature. That's a text that a group of people, they got together and wrote this book. And they drilled it into people. You know what they call indoctrination? That's what indoctrination does. They drill this thing into you. They indoctrinate you with the Bible. And you take it literally. That's sad. That is sad. See, I'm not here to appease you, brother. Whether you're lucky or not, I don't think you have read the Old Testament or not of the New Testament. The book, whether you're lucky or not, the Bible is not a good book. I challenge you. You can go and cherry pick it. If you even start from even the book of Genesis and see the story in there, the God who said he loves Dekuri made a tree and put knowledge in it, and he said, don't eat a tree that has knowledge in it. Don't eat it. Yes, that's a good God. And then the one that said the serpent, and then he says people will take the serpent to be in the Bible, they say that's Satan. There is nothing mentioned in the Old Testament in the book of Genesis that's talking about Satan. It's just a serpent. But they say people rationalize on it and say that Satan went in snake. This is what we call religious cartoon. That's what was going on in that book. They have snake talking. They have talking snake. And that's the definition of fable. Fable is a story with talking animals. So you have the book of Genesis and you have snake convincing somebody. So they assume that's something that happens. Okay, that's a real story. If you have this snake and you have the thing, the invisible man that you don't see. And he made two human beings. They are butt naked walking around. They don't know that they are nude. And then the snake came and said, when you eat the fruit, your eyes will open. And they did eat that fruit and their eyes open. And you say the snake is the bad man. And God came and he said, oh, did you eat the fruit that I told you to? Because if you even read the whole, from the ending of that chapter, you'll say, because you ate the fruit, I will send you from the garden, so you can't eat the other tree. They call the tree of life. Because when you eat the tree of life, you live forever. This is the loving God that said he loves Dave Cooley. And Dave Cooley buying these things. So it's the same slave mentality that was preached in the Bible. They took it from the Bible and carried it to the plantation. The philosophy of them was, do not educate the slave. Because when you educate the slave, there will be uprising. See? And exactly what the people avoided, it happened at the end of the day. Because some of those slaves that were educated, you're talking about Douglas, the garbage, then those guys that were educated, the boys, those guys, they start, after they got some sort of education, they rebel against the system. So the idea of slavery was to not educate the slave. And that's the same philosophy in the Bible. Don't eat the fruit that has knowledge in it so you can be dumb. And people are worshiping these things. They say that it's a good book. That's sad. That is sad. I will break it down to you guys because people don't see it that way. The book Genesis is a good book. You have all these, weird stuff happening in the book. Noah and his children. Noah will have sex with his children, but that's a good book. He's a good man. I don't know what. Is serious? But anyway, that's the religion. So our people now, they took these Western books, the religion, Islam and Christianity, and they're carrying it around. At least Islam is acting normal. The normal people in Liberia, they're not getting the street in the midst of a virus, and they're not praying to something. Those people that are over there, when they get sick, they're not going to the church to get healed. They're going to the hospital. But then they congregate in the street. When they're sick, when they get malaria or whatever, they don't go pray to God. They go get Tylenol. They go get human being medicine, And they just keep, how long are you going to fool yourself with this thing? Those pastors, they just want to live. That's a career. They go to church to exploit you and take your little money from you. But people don't see it. You pray 24/7 to come to the white man land. And you say you got a God who loves you. He can't change your life. Your God cannot change Liberia into a paradise. You got to die before you enjoy, before you go to Jesus. This nonsense. And people, they sit down and put other people's survival in jeopardy. They pray into Jesus. All right, let me leave this religious mama jumbo. That's total mama jumbo. I was so mad when I was watching that video. Those of you that joined, let me play that video again for you. And you see the Christian there acting crazy in the midst of virus.
Okay, folks, if you're just joining us, welcome. This is Spoon TV. We coming to you live from district number 10, where Christians have gathered to pray for the nation according to them, after the health ministry came out to say no public gathering, but this group of Christians have gathered according to them to pray for the nation. And the Liberia National Police is here doing everything to get them off. All of the diplomatic means you can talk about have been performed here, with the extent of the police arresting some of their leaders, but yet the team is still here praying, and the police is still doing the diplomatic work to have them off this place. But they are saying that they will not leave. If they will die, let them die, because they are here to pray for the nation. So the police is still struggling to have them off this place. They are still using every diplomatic means. Though the government of Liberia, through the health ministry, declare a national health emergency. But yet, these Christians have gathered here to say no. It is their time to pray for the nation. There you have one of them here. Here you have the women's session. You have the males session here. And they are all on their belly, sitting on the floor, praying to God. Praying to God. Praying to God to release them. So that is what's going on here. So if you just follow us, we just want to welcome you. This is Spoon TV. This is Spoon TV coming to you live. This is Spoon TV coming to you live here. We're here to bring you all of the happiness.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just don't want to go without. It's getting me infuriated. That stuff is totally annoying. It's also a threat to the survival of our people. The people are on religious drug, and so they're not thinking a normal human being. Like one thing God once said, he said, if you want normal people to act abnormal, give them religion. And that's exactly what is going on over there. Or normal people now acting like abnormal people. That's what you see. That's what religion does. So let me see that some of the comments are trending before I go to the next one here. Milton Shibwe said, good talk, Doc, from the young man. I even said the same thing during the show last Monday, that the board and the administration need to discuss the issue. Also, if you have 50 persons on the conference and agree to pay $50, that would be a lot of money. We have money sitting in various accounts or banks accounts in the name of our people when they are not getting help. Sad. That's right. All right, then Slebby said here, Slebby Roberts, God also ordained the institution of government in the book of Romans 13, verse 1 to 2. Bible says, respect authority, for there is no government that was not put in power by God. Okay, that's it. So the religious man is also saying that the people are wrong, because even though I don't agree with that philosophy that the government was ordained by God, because there are some government that are very vicious. So you want to tell me God ordained vicious government? Some of them they suppress the people. And maybe in my own country right now, Liberia, like 80% or 90% of the people are suffering. Just few 1% of the people is a government ordained by God. I don't know. What kind of God want to ordain such a government? Where 25 million will go away, and people are suffering in the country. 16 billion will go away, and nothing is happening. I'm gonna go ordain such a government. Anyway, you go with that if you want, but I think government is from the people. And that's why they ask you to go vote. So whoever you get in power, that's the people. That's what they want. It's not God. It has nothing to do with God. And Liberia is not a theocracy either. The people don't look up to God. So Mr. Milton also said the police were really professional in dealing with the situation. There are too many interpretations of the Christian Bible. He did and was resurrected the third day. The person you are resurrected the third day. Jesus did not come back to life. That's built on the definition of death or somebody dying. It's not coming back. Anybody who dies and come back did not die. A dead man does not wake up. Yeah. So the death, by definition, when you say the person wakes up, then the person did not die. A dead man does not wake up. All right. So the people will come and bring these fables to the people. They bring these lies to the people. When the people went to the stone not there, so Jesus went back to heaven. The people had a lot of things that were going on, because at the time what Jesus did, it was treasonous. And so they treat those people, they can put them in mass grave. So Jesus was one of those people, the other put in one of those mass graves. You know, after this, I mean, when the people went there, they didn't see the body in there, they assumed he went to heaven. I mean, how can you believe such basic stuff? That's not something the human being don't wake up. Jesus was a human being. When the man died and decomposed, they put him among the other criminals, and that was it. He said he woke up the third day. The third day, I mean, that's a whole narrative you can go by. And Noah was poor, you were swallowed by the whale. After the third, it's a theme in the Bible that, you know, so I don't want to go into all of that right now. All right, so, and he also said the police were professional in dealing with the situation, okay? And then Dave could just start the blasphemy, my friend. The theological ideology is strange. Your theological ideology is strange. I'm not doing theology. I'm doing common sense. It's not theology. Theology is what got you guys where you are right now. You know, theology. You know what? Theology is a study of God. I'm not doing the study of God right here. You know. So you guys, you take these things for literally. How can somebody give another two-legged human being? The person told you about this very thing this person themselves has not seen. Somebody telling you about something they are not seeing, and you believe him. How can you be this gullible? Somebody, pastor comes to you, he doesn't see God. The people that even wrote the book, they have not seen the thing they're talking about. But you believe that the thing exists. Like I always say, it's like you reach in a town. You don't know who the town chief is. You don't know who the clan chief is. You ask nobody there to answer your question. So you come and make a team for yourself and say, oh, the town chief for the town is God, for example. And that's why it is. We are put in this on this globe, in this world. We don't know how some of these things got here. The best answer to this thing is, I don't know how this thing get. That's the best answer. But if you make up another thing that you yourself, you don't know, then it's just like, come on, you make a God that you don't know. So then you are using mystery for another mystery. You are using mystery to answer a mystery. That's not education. You are just making the thing complicated. You don't know how the world got here. And then you invented another thing that you don't know what that thing is. But then you turn around and say that thing is the thing that made you, that made the world. But you don't know what that thing is. So how you come up with all these things? So it's the job of theologian. They come and bamboozle you with all these mama jumbo. All right? And our people, the Africans, they have their own way of treating these things. But the Western people came and fool our people. They say, why our people are doing it? Our people dumb. So their own Bible is the right one. They are going in the Bible. The invisible man is the right man. And they were able to push the thing in our people's heads. And they are acting like normal people. They got the rolling on the street. They're all in the street. When they're sick, they don't go to Jesus. When they are sick, they rush to the hospital to get doctor help. But then they're acting like normal people in the street. Religion is not a solution where we are right now. All these countries that are competing, it's not because they pray to God. They send their people to school. They go into the STEM subject. Science, technology, mathematics, engineering. Those are the people they concentrate on. And that's what gave them leverage, not because they pray to God. Cuba does not have best medical professional because they pray to God. China does not have medical professional because they pray to God. America does not have medical professional because they pray to God. England, I mean, all these good countries that have all these great medical professionals or scientists is not because they pray to God. So you see, something you have to understand here. These people that brought the Bible to you is a game. They want to hold you down, but you don't get it. While you are praying to God, they are going to space. The same man gave you the book, and he's not, beside all the industrial countries in the world, with the exception of America, a lot of the countries, they don't even believe in God anymore. They threw the Bible away. But people in Liberia, they take the people book that the people themselves rejected already, and they take the book to be literal. And I see my own people here, even in Philadelphia, our people, educated people, they will gather our elders every Sunday, they put in the church, they pound these people, I mean, weird thing in the people's heads. I'll be like, wow, When are we going to use our own brains? When are we going to develop our own ideas and push our own ideas instead of regurgitating another man's idea 24/7? You go John 4:4. John 4:4 can't do nothing to you. What about Sorry, it's a technical problem over there. So, I mean, what about, let's say, for example, what's about Mr. Kroji Fafa? What's about Dekuri Tutu? What's about Milton Shebe 4:4? What is wrong with that? You got to go to John 4:4, Matthew 3:3. Come on, guys. When are we going to graduate from this level? We should pass that level a long time ago. Matthew 2:2. Why you got read Slabby Roberts 4:4 or 2020? You gotta go read somebody who did not even exist. And you go read somebody wrote that thing and say according to John. John didn't even exist. And you believe these things. But anyway, that's why it is. But the people they just misuse the religion. Jesus said, "You must go in your closet, but you gather in the street, you go pray." All right, let me go to the next thing. Let me fill in your comments here. Somebody wrote here, "No wonder your political analysis is so poor." Okay, yes, sir. You can get all your angle out there. I will go on in your skins. Say you guys don't think the way I think. That's why they call me esoteric. You know what esoteric is? Understood by the chosen few. You got to understand me before you. I mean, not anybody can understand me. Esoteric. Understood by the chosen few. I don't go with what everybody is doing. You got to challenge this status quo. You go with because everybody, pastor says this, so I will believe it, or some scholar wrote that, and I will believe that. No, you got to use your own head. That's the reason why you got the same brain that scholar has. Man say, okay, Milton say, please don't kill me. Snake talking ain't a guiding to convince someone. Yes, that's what you guys have in your Bible. They say snake convince. You see, the Bible is so misogynistic, meaning that it hates females. So they make female to be unintelligent. They portrays female in the Bible like unintelligent people. And these people are very intelligent people. Yes. And he says snake convinced human being. When he sees snake talking, he'll run away. But woman so dumb to the point that when she sees snake talking, she will be standing there and say, "Oh, what you say, snake?" This is what I call biblical cartoon, all right? That's what's going on here. The cartoon that children will be watching on TV, you see the cat and they're talking. Exactly what was going on in the Bible. But people don't know about that. All right? That's a biblical cartoon or theological cartoon. You are just a complete entertainer. Keep going, okay? That's why they used to call that a king, agitator, outside rabble rouser. You know, when you're saying things that go against the grain, they will call you out about things. I'm an entertainer. That's fine. Whatever need you want to get me. But I will make you to see things another way. The traditional way of worshiping this book here, this book is so bad. Damn it. The Bible is the most wickedest book ever. I don't know what a wickedest book. No, you can't say most wicked. It's the wickedest book ever. Yeah, because you can use most before words that you can't add ES or EST or ER. So the Bible is the wickedest book. It's diabolical. It's not a good book, and people worshiping it. They go out in our Bible. So Milton said their behavior was wrong, just total disregard to the law. I wish it was Charles Taylor days. Yeah, they would have been kicked out of that place. Yes. And then Mr. Charles Christian said the behavior of these so-called Christian is considered to be as religious or spiritual ignorance. Yeah, that's it. It's spiritual, religious ignorance. They don't know. I mean, like, what is wrong with you? People sick, and you praying. Prayer does not work. Okay, people got to get this thing. Prayer is nothing but talking to yourself. That's what prayer is. You're just talking to yourself. A like Christian man talking to himself. That's what prayer is. So religion is making sane people to do insane things. That's what it does. So you see normal people acting abnormal. That's what religion does to normal people. They will see the father and say, oh, my religion didn't say like that. But why wrong with your own thinking? Why your mind is telling you? Use your own mind. Your religion should not tell you. You know what people believe? The lack of knowledge is what makes people to believe. If you know, if you believe, if the reason again, we believe because you don't have knowledge about something. If you know something, you don't believe it. So the reason people believe stuff is because there is no knowledge on that thing. So they believe it. And people call that blind faith. Blind. They just telling you, I don't know already, I will just go with it. I don't know it. That's what it means. Blind. You don't see it, you don't know what it is, but you will believe it anyhow. It's called, in philosophy, we call that fideism. Okay? That's a whole literature over there you can read, fideism. You just believe stuff. It's based on faith. All right? So Melvin Dewar said, man, you got to stop this. I agree that it is good to learn and work, but to deny God's existence is hilarious. And right now, we are not talking about the existing. I'm not making an ontological argument here. No, I'm not talking about the existing of God. I'm not talking about the sheer stupidity of our people. The way they apply religion. Does God exist? That's a whole another debate you're opening right there. And you also have a debate about it. I'm open to that. Yeah, but hopefully when you come in, you have to read the arguments surrounding the ontological argument about the existing of God. Just make sure and read all the arguments surrounding it before I embarrass you. Okay? Yeah, because you cannot use the Bible to make the argument for the existing of God. The Bible is the most weakest book you can use. It's weak that you can use to make the argument for the existing of God. So maybe you can give me, again, maybe you can give me an ontological argument. Ontological meaning that you're not using any book, you're just using reasoning and make an argument. All right? So that's something we can talk about another day if you want. But what a God exists, you yourself, you don't know what a God exists. You are guessing. Melvin, you are guessing about the existing of God. All right, so I'm disappointed in my people in Liberia, what they did to put the survival of other people in jeopardy, and they say they're praying to Jesus. All right, so Jesus is not a solution. Let's look at this one right here. Let's go to the next one that I want to talk about. Superintendent Lee Nambuchie to face the House of Elders for allegedly insulting Senator Milton Teahjay. Okay. The other day I played this audio from Senator Teahjay. When he called his radio station and he was going against, he made all these allegations against the superintendent of Southern County, Lee Nambuchie, and attacked the man. Even he went as far as attacking his parents. Okay? The man now who attacked Lee Nambuchie now, he complained Lee Nambuchie to the Senate so they can investigate him. Okay? So now they call Lee Nambuchie. He's scheduled to go to Monrovia to waste the man's time, basically. Senator Milton Teahjay, who is known for insulting people in the country, is now complaining about Lee Nambuchie's reply. Lee Nambuchie wrote a post on Facebook. Allegedly, because I listened to the superintendent yesterday, he said his account was hacked. It wasn't him. He has multiple accounts on Facebook. And so Senator Teahjay is now angry for Lee Nambuchie insulting him. So he took him. He wants to be like Honorable Matthew Zaza, like what Mr. Zaza did to him. That's what he wants to do to Lee Nambuchie. Because Mr. Zaza put him in jail. And so Senator Teahjay now wants to put Lee Nambuchie in jail for allegedly insulting him. Even though the two situations are polar opposites, they are different. They are not the same at all. Lee Nambuchie, there was no recalling for Lee Nambuchie insulting let's say Milton Teahjay. But Milton Teahjay is angry. Even if Lee Nambuchie insulted him, why should Milton Teahjay get angry? The man who is all over the place and insulting people, and he's angry for somebody insulting him, he should be happy when somebody insults him because he does that all the time. Let me give you an example. Let me play this. This is the man that complained Superintendent Lee Nambuchie of insulting him. Let's listen to him insulting other people. But it's fine when he does it.
is turning his back again on this country and serving his personal purposes. I'm convinced in my mind that the Virgin Brothers now have become a curse to this country. They have turned themselves into a curse to this country because every time they have a national assignment, they turn it against the country and its people. Because when you are stonewalling, you are provoking civil crisis. Liberia will never go back to those days anymore. And I'm very convinced that these two brothers have brought curse onto the Virgin family in this republic. They are a disgrace to jurisprudence in our country. And as I was doing these notes, you know, most of us went to school in the United States. You have something called mental retardation. And mental retardation has stages. You have mild mental retardation. You have moderate mental retardation. You have severe mental retardation. Then you have profound. It is not all the retardation stages that can put you in the street and strip yourself naked. But if somebody is mildly mentally retarded, you can see it in their behavior. And I believe that with this kind of behavior, Mr. Verdier is bordering mental retardation by looking at evidence, turning his back on it, and going after the innocent. But he's going after the wrong man. I am not a little baby in Liberian politics. Nobody can bully me around. When I conduct the affairs of an office, I do it with clarity and with records. The Zaza factor. I dealt with the project in the past. The Matthew Zaza factor. You know, I feel sorry for Sano County. And the reason I feel sorry for Sano County is because we elected, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, Zaza is from my district. I'm from constituency number 3, which he represents. If we had known that we're electing a mess into the House of Representatives, we never would have elected Zaza. Because what we have, the history, the track record Zaza has said over the last 3 years is Teahjay, 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 Teahjay. Zaza has sponsored no bill since he got in the House. Zaza has not spoken more than 3 or 4 times in 3 years in the primary of the House of Representatives. Zaza is a pretentious man, making people believe that he's a smart man, but he's a very dull and primitive representative. And why do I say this? Why do I say this?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's a criminal that is insulting people all over the place, and now he is complaining the superintendent for insulting him. That's the history of Milton Teahjay. A lot of the time when I'm talking about him, I don't just talk my own thing. We listen to him. The man himself, he insults people all over the place. But then he's mad for Superintendent Lee Namgachie insulting him. So now he took the man to the House or to the Senate so that they will question him for insulting him. But guess what? What he just did, he was pressing Mr. Verdier, James Verdier, and Mr. Zaza. He was pressing them. But when Lee Namgachie wrote to refute a nonsense and call him a criminal, and he said the man is insulting him. But what he did just now, he was pressing those people, those leaders, credible men. Mr. Zaza sponsored many bills. For example, the bill, you got to understand the House of the Senate, the lower house and the upper house, they work together. And so the bill to establish, for example, the Sano Community College, it came from the upper house, the lower house got to concur. It was Mr. Zaza that worked on the other far side of it for it to pass into law. When they say, oh, he has a sponsor, so that what they call co-sponsor. When somebody co-sponsor, you work to pass that bill. One person cannot pass a bill in Congress. But Teahjay doesn't understand these things. Mr. Zaza sponsored another bill, what they call clearing payroll, partying, and government expenditure. People, they got ghosts on those lists. Mr. Zaza Spencer a bill that took that in effect. Milton Teahjay, which bill has he sponsored? He been talking. Which bill has he sponsored? He sponsored a bill to make rape available in the country. That's a bill, but it didn't even go nowhere. It died before arrival. He sponsored another bill to take the single people land. Those are the things that Teahjay been since 5 years plus in the House or in the Senate. These are some of the bills he worked on. He just sitting there and stealing. And he putting his mouth on people and cussing all over the place. And he wants people to revere him. You attack the superintendent parents. It's okay for you to do it because you're a senator. But if the man, even he did it, I would have supported him. But his account was hacked. I don't see why the superintendent should be afraid. Teahjay went in the building. The lawmaker was in studio, Mr. Zaza. He physically attacked the man. Is that what Lee Namachie did to Teahjay? No, he did not do that. So why is Teahjay getting angry? For somebody calling you a criminal. If you're guilty for corruption, you're a criminal. Teahjay was guilty, he was declared guilty for corruption. So why is he getting mad? For Lee Namachie calling him a criminal. Or liar. He's a liar. He lies a lot. And so I don't know what is he going to say. He will tell his boys, the man insulted me. But you have your videos all over the place insulting people, sir. Why should it hurt you when somebody insults you? You got the ridiculous guy, the mistaken the being a lawmaker. He's all over the place. And people, I mean, it's just sad for Sano County. It's very sad. So Teahjay now, our superintendent, supposed to face the lawmakers sooner rather than later. We'll bring that story to you. Milton Teahjay is angry for Lee Namachie insulting him. He insulted credible and decent people in the country, people that people look up to in the country. Not like Teahjay, man who stole the people's money. He was declared guilty. Up to now, he hasn't paid the $50,000. He all over the place and he talks. It's about talking and talking. Mr. Zaza and they are political gurus. Those people, Zaza don't talk too much. But when he gets on something, he has hard evidence. And that's why Teahjay was declared guilty. He has hard evidence. And he proved it. He demonstrated it to the court. He carried the evidence, he was declared guilty. Yes. So you see the guy, it's not about big mouth and just get on radio and cuss people out. But when they cuss you out, then you're mad. All right, so that Milton Teahjay. Milton Teahjay is mad for Lee Namachie insulting him. Meanwhile, he's on record for insulting other people. Let's listen to him cussing again. He's very rude, man. He's a very rude guy. Very rude. But he's angry now for people insulting him.
Tony is back again on this country and serving his personal purposes. I'm convinced in my mind that the Vertier Betters now have become a curse to this country. They have turned themselves into a curse to this country because every time they have a national assignment, they turn against the country and its people. Because when you are stonewalling, you are provoking civil crisis. Liberia will never go back to those days anymore. And I'm very convinced that these two brothers have brought curse onto the Vertier family in this republic. They are a disgrace to jurisprudence in our country. And as I was doing these notes, most of us went to school in the United States, you have something called mental retardation. And mental retardation has stages. You have mild mental retardation, you have moderate mental retardation, you have severe mental retardation, then you have profound. It is not all the retardation stages that can put you in the street and strip yourself naked. But if somebody is mildly mentally retarded, you can see it in their behavior. And I believe that with this kind of behavior, Mr. Vertier is bordering mental retardation by looking at evidence, turning his back on it, and going after the innocent. But he's going after the wrong man. I am not a little bit in Liberian politics. Nobody can bully me around. When I conduct the affairs of an office, I do it with clarity,
and with records. The Zaza factor. I dealt with the project in the past. The Matthew Zaza factor. You know, I feel sorry for Sano County. And the reason I feel sorry for Sano County is because we elected, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, Zaza is from my district. I'm from constituency number 3, which he represents. If we had known that we're electing a mess into the House of Representatives, we never would have elected Zaza. Because what we have, the history, the track record Zaza has said over the last 3 years is Teahjay, 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 Teahjay. Zaza has sponsored no bill since he got in the House. Zaza has not spoken more than 3 or 4 times in 3 years in the primary of the House of Representatives. Zaza is a pretentious man, making people believe that he's a smart man, but he's a very dull and primitive representative. And why do I say this? Why do I say this?
Okay, so that's the rude man that is angry now. Milton Teahjay, very rude and unintelligent, and I mean very, very uncouth. You know, he's the one now. He's mad at the superintendent for insulting him. The man who just audio that I just played insulted Jim Verdier and the Verdier brothers, if you like, insulted Honorable Zaza. He's the one now angry for Lee Nambuchie. He said Lee Nambuchie insulted him, and he's angry now. He's taking the man to the house so that they can question him. See, so this is it. Milton is a mess in Sano County. Right now, he fired himself on the caucus because he's not getting along with anybody. But he calling other people mess. He hasn't done anything for the people of Sano County. They gave him money. He stole the money. He was declared guilty for corruption, but he ain't calling people mess. Yes. How can you be declared guilty for corruption and you calling other people mess? You sponsoring bill to make when people rape children so they can pay money and walk free. That's the kind of bill the criminal is sponsoring. You the mess. You are supporting child seller in the country. Child seller killed 250,000 people, and you are the spokesman for him. But you are not a mess. You are the mess in the country. And so this is the criminal. You know, criminals, they got big mouths. They will talk all day. And that's what the guy is known for. We elected him in the Senate. He been there up to 5 years now. No decent bill. Nothing he has been doing. All he's done is noise. He attacks people. He fired himself on the caucus, and nobody is paying attention to him. Recently, he started. You know how it's called a radio station in Sano? Radio Gigali. That's what they call it. Radio Gigali, those of you that know the story of Rwanda, that's what they were using in that place to run propaganda that brought the massacre of people in Rwanda. And that's what Teahjay radio station is in Sano County. He uses that to cause chaos in Sano County. But then he turns around and calling people a mess. Other people are mess. Other people are primitive. You are in the 21st century. You are not looking after the people, and you are stealing their money. That's the definition of primitiveness. You are a primitive man. The people give you money to build roads. You eat the money. To electrify the biggest city in your place, you eat the money. That's what a primitive man thinks. That's what a primitive man. That's a primitive man behavior right there. And you calling people primitive. You don't know the definition of the word that Teahjay uses. He just used them, calling people primitive. All right? Mr. Zaza, the word primitive as well used, it means that the original people, the original man, Teahjay is a real primitive man. You know what it means to sponsor people who are talking about female rights or human rights, and you sponsor a bill to make rape. When people rape somebody, you get money, you pay, and then you go walk around free. Is that a definition of being intelligent? That's primitive. That is primitive. That is the epitome of being primitive. That's it right there. That's what Teahjay demonstrated. Going after people's land conflict is not something easy. That's being primitive. If you go after people's land, you are primitive, man. That's sad. So that's the man. That Milton Teahjay. He's angry right now for lead number 2 calling you a criminal. Lead number 2, you got to stand by your word. Nobody, come on, man. When the guys supposed to stand up, that's when they can be afraid. Teahjay, you afraid of Teahjay? Because he says he carry you to the House of Representatives. Sometimes you go to jail for a cause. That would be a noble cause to go to jail for Teahjay putting you in jail for calling you a criminal, because that's why he is. Sometimes jail is not, it's for noble deeds, for noble actions. Dr. King wasn't afraid to go to jail. He wasn't a criminal. He knows that he was doing the right thing. Nelson Mandela went to prison. He knows that he was doing the right thing. So when you're doing the right thing, don't be afraid. Yes, they are great people. Even though there are criminals that go to jail, like Teahjay, Teahjay is a criminal. He has to be in jail. But good people go to jail for a noble cause. See? So call Teahjay a criminal and be a chance about it. That's what he is. He's on record for being a criminal. Somebody will declare guilty for corruption. He's not a criminal. He's a criminal. All right, so that's it. Let me get you to the next one. Lead number 2, afraid. Why should you be afraid, sir? For Teahjay coming to you and tell you nonsense, that thing will be trashed. All right, so let me take Teahjay down, and then we'll lead the superintendent there. All right, so the lead number 2. I saw the superintendent had a conversation the other day with the Supt community inside in Greenville. They had a conversation yesterday, or if you like, yeah, he went there, and they had a beautiful discussion. So let me play the excerpt from that place for you, okay? The discussion yesterday with the superintendent, with the people of the Supt community. Let me get this short excerpt from there.
The town hall that was constructed by Lace under the auspices of Senator Joseph Namwe. The market building also by Lace under the watchful eyes of Jawel Kamo. Those 2 projects were captured, but earmarked in our developmental plan for this year and next year fiscal year. On the heart that they say as long as they exist, that they live, projects that people did on the list that never completed, because they built 4-bedroom schoolhouses with their bricks and they are completed. So the thinking that their bricks can be compared to concrete construction. And I mean what I said. The only way we will not touch these 2 structures in Supt, except there is no money. But once there is availability of money, we will complete these 2 structures on our watchful eyes. Why are you not getting that? The government has placed money to the projects in Sino. Any project that completed, Sino stands to benefit them. So not because John Brown didn't complete, so we should have to do it. We'll do it. That's our prerogative. And that is why the fight has intensified over the period of time. But nothing we've done to anybody. We didn't follow about a girlfriend. Don't get to our but we are very careful in the Baba. We're not going to be on program. And also, the fight is unnecessary. I know we have won the fight. I was just there when my minister called me and I rushed out there to talk. Minister is not taking it lightly with this case. And I'm going to Morovia for the Sunday. They want to say the message report, I'm going to pray for him. But pray for him, he depends on him. If there's not praying, I ain't in hot water. I can never be in hot water, and I will never be in hot water because I was born from hot water. So you let your boy down things, it's not hard for me because I use the hot water. So I was just leave it. So distinguished colleagues and people of Sino, we appreciate you so highly. But again, you guys are attributing blame to us that we have never come to see that. Somebody threw market rain from the back there. But again, you know, it is wrong when a man did not give you invitation and enter your house. Invite is important. When you invite you go with honor. You go with gratitude. You invite me now, that kind of thing. I say, that kind of thing, boy, yo. I can't find you, I can't talk with you, but who brought me there? So, you know, and you put in, see it there, I can't talk. When you call me, when I come, they are sitting at the superintendent and I know say I was invited. And you understand me? So anytime, like right now, they say we give ourselves ban on Liberty Radio. What is not the fight? I cannot ban myself on a radio station. But if the radio station stands to derail my character that I build all the time, that brother know me from Ivory Coast, many of you know from Ivory Coast to government camp. All these GA don't like is disadvantage. I'm not a corrupt individual. I'm not a confucianist. I stand to defend the truth. That's my character image. That's my DNA. But today, people sit on radio and say, leech here, there, glory be to God. If you who been failing in 10th grade for 4 years, you say journalist, you failed for 4 years and for the journalist and try to critique something that I said. And now you're saying people are you say put romancing all around the place. The romance too many place, or just romancing all around the place. A journalist is there. So gentlemen, let me say thank you. And we are committed, let me tell you, in an effort to ensure that Father Samuel is rebuilt and relocated, we have committed ourselves. Right now, I brought in county 75 of cement, 50 pieces of steel raw, 25 pieces of copper raw. And Clayton Omer Donkey has volunteered to give us 5,000 pieces of concrete bricks. We're not joking. So, you know, I wasn't sacred cheers, the man who over me and say, you don't like what to call a DET. Zaza have given 1,500 US. Our law is also compared to the process. So what we're telling you is something that it's not something that we perceiving. It's something that we already worked on. We need to come to influential and the actual part to see it. And so in 3 months that we said the Voice of Sound restaurant will be erected, and trust me, you go to Grand Gila, you go to Maryland, you go to Robert, you go to Grand Prix, you're gonna sign up. There will be no restaurant compared to that restaurant sign up. In responding to the additional canopy to this place, that was one thing I have on mind. You know, I'm a visionary leader. And so I want to commit myself to give you this forum to one of saying, to put out there. And then I will come in the prisoner to one of saying, then we'll say something about the city capacity. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Before we leave you, we will buy a tie. 4,000, you know, 4,000 you go for that tie here. Then the media is covering the entire program. And associate. Remember the 4 estate? We gave you 2,000 for the trash can, yeah? So God bless you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we say thanks very much for following.
All right, that's ladies and gentlemen, that's the superintendent of Sando County, Lee Nabachi. Yesterday, he went to the Supt community and he was interacting with the people. It's a long video. I couldn't play the whole thing, so I'll just give you a montage of the video. So there are a couple of things the superintendent highlighted in his speech. If you don't get it, let me just give you what I got from there. So he said the current conflict inside the county that Senator Milton Teahjay, for which he is being pursued because of 2 projects in the Supt community that Teahjay and others did not complete. And their plan, fiscal year 2019 and 2020, they included the 2 projects in their plan to get projects completed. You know, and Senator Teahjay doesn't like that, you know, because if he completes those 2 projects, it will be disgrace to him. So he doesn't like it, and that's why he's going after Lee Nabachi right now. You know, that's what the superintendent was talking about. You know, that's why the fight has intensified, because he doesn't want to be embarrassed. You see, and so that's the man we have in Sando County. He doesn't want to see progress. They gave you the job, you left the project undone or unfinished. And other guys came, they want to complete the projects, and you are mad about it. You are making allegations, the man ate money, he did this one, or they're taking people from payroll. All right, we'll come to the payroll story in a little bit. All right, so that's Milton Teahjay of Sando County. He all over the place. He told us that he's going down. So he's doing anything and everything to carry people down with him. He doesn't want to go down alone. All right, so he is attacking practically everybody in the county right now, and the superintendent is a recent target because the superintendent is trying to embarrass him. Why he did not complete, the superintendent is trying to complete it, so he's mad right now. All right, and the superintendent talk about or the Kigali Radio Kigali in Sano County, which is Teahjay's radio station. And again, it is called Radio Kigali because it's causing conflict in the county. That's why he's right now. It used to call Liberty Radio Station, but now people are calling it Radio Kigali in Sano County. All right. So now we have Radio Kigali. So the Teahjay radio station in Sano County is now called Radio Kigali. All right. So, but the superintendent say he banned himself, or the people say he banned himself on that radio station. And said because of what the people are doing, he's not going to go there and talk. And I don't think it's a good idea, Mr. Superintendent. Right now, you do not. Voice of Sano is not functional right now. It's not working. So you can go on Radio Kigali because people listen to it. So when the people make these allegations against you, go on there. When they give you the airtime, you go there to clear your side. So clear your message, because but if the people start listening to just the guys on Radio Kigali, they solve the story attacking you. That's what the people will believe. So when they give you the time, I say, oh no, I don't want to go on a radio station. You are doing harm to yourself. So once they give you the opportunity to go there and explain your side of the story to the people, all right, until the voice of sound can be ready. All right, but if you say, oh, I'm not going on it, you are harming yourself, sir. You are not harming Teahjay. You are harming yourself. So go there, and that's a way to reach out to the population in the county. All right. So if you have the opportunity again, just go there and explain your side of the story. The lies that Teahjay putting out, you tell the people that those are a bunch of lies like you did yesterday during the function or the Q&A with the community. All right. He also talked about the voice of Sano. They're about to start the project. So he said he carried 75 bags of cement in county and 50 so I think pieces of steroid and other things you're calling. And he said the lawmaker for electoral district number 1, which is Milton Duncan, pledged 5,000 blacks of cement, not cement, but blacks, 5,000 blacks for that structure, 5,000. That's what Duncan pledged. And then the political Gandhi, Mr. Zata, he doesn't believe in pledging and all of that. He doesn't like plenty talking. And so he gave 1,500 United States dollars, for as his contribution to the new building of radio Voice of Sano. That's something the lawmaker did. He doesn't believe in pledging. And so the superintendent said, in 3 months, the radio station will be ready. It will be complete. Okay? So we are looking up to that. All right? I will say something about the radio station, the Voice of Sano, in a little bit. They're about to get a new structure. Honorable Zaza gave 1,500 United States dollars as his contribution. Milton Duncan pledged 5,000 blacks, concrete blacks, as a contribution. The other lawmakers, he didn't tell us what, let's say, Nabislaw pledge or what contribution he made. He didn't talk about. He's talked about Mr. Augustine Chia for sure, but he didn't tell us why he said he likes to walk beyond the scene. Okay, but he did a groundbreaking yesterday. All right, so let's see how it goes with Voice of Sano. That's a good development from that. Just something I wanted to talk about with respect to the superintendent meeting yesterday. All right, let's see the next one. That was the cross-pollination with the people yesterday. I think, he cross-pollinated with the people yesterday. But let me see. Let me read the article from that meeting too. That's an article from there. Let me share that article with you. So it says here, Superintendent Lee Nabichie Swinian quenched the curiosities of Sanoians with sustained fast, as he was honorably invited by the citizens of Seabeck community. By the secretary, this was written by the Secretary General SG, the offices of the strategies and response team of the Superintendent Chie, Greenville City, Sano County, Republic of Liberia. And it was written March the 22nd, 27, which is today. And it said yesterday, the people of Seabeck community, through the leadership of the Seabeck Intellectual Forum, honorably invited the intellectual and leader in Superintendent Lee Nabichie to clear their doubts, as they were curious to get clarity on the following issues that have been parading the corridors of our county and county at large. These issues include, the issues are removal of Sanoyan's names from the payroll of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Number two, putting hold on the check of the commissioner from Nmopo. Three, the invitation extended him by the plenary of the Liberian Senate following the complaint from Senator Milton Teahjay of Sano County. All right, these are the things the people calling for and they're calling for. And they wanted to say, being quite cognizant of the fact that a leader is a seven and must attend to the call of his people in a time like this or like this, the veteran leader in Superintendent Teahjay joyously honored the invitation and was hosted by the Civic Intellectual Forum to provide a clearer understanding of the issues brought forth by the citizens. Please permit me to articulate in a descending order, beginning from the first to the last. He said, it goes on, the removal of Sanoyan's names from the payroll of the Ministry of Internal Affairs is devilish, unprofessional, and can never be compromised. Sano as a county belongs to all Sanoyans. As such, no one is more Sanoyan than the other. The pictures in this pose showed that Madame Annie Pobleh, Superintendent Teahjay Statutory District, has been the chief architect beyond the devilish art of removing Sanoyan's names from payroll, thereby creating a continuous tribal sentiment in our county. It is sad to note that few of our young brothers have decided to be perpetual sycophants to some tribal politicians, so they are always sinking unnecessary praises. These kinds of issues, they're what is it? Unnecessary praises, thesis. The thesis is trying to are these kinds of issues because it has been the dream of their tribal politician to tear our county apart. But with God on our side, this issue will be followed to the letter, and not even a single soul that is involved will go unpunished. Now, on the issue of the commissioner check being put on hold for not being able to perform his duties and responsibility as it is required of him, the superintendent having informed the commissioner in question on 2 to 3 occasions about his unproductiveness on the job. Oh, yes, the superintendent is charged with the power to do as he did. To clearly validate the superintendent or the statement provided here that the commissioner is very unproductive on the job. When commissioner went at the bank to collect his salary, and the bankers told him that his salary was put on hold, he did not explain the situation to the district commissioner, who is his immediate boss. But he insisted went to Liberty radio station for a press conference. Okay, he went to Liberty radio station. The commissioner could not explain his issue or this issue to even his immediate boss because he knows he will have been told the reality. But it is regrettable to note that Liberty radio station, as a media institution that should protect the peace of our county, has turned to be hindering the peace by being very unbalanced in all of their stories and publications. I was personally cut off by one of the journalists on the talk show with the commissioner yesterday. Those journalists that were in studio cut me off because I told them to refer the commissioner to his immediate boss to channel his complaint. Lastly, it is no longer a secret in every part of this country that Senator Teahjay is one person who has always been attacking Superintendent Teahjay. The senator has said it over and over on radio and through face-to-face in the action that he will do everything possible to see that Superintendent Teahjay is removed from government. This alone is enough to speak for the superintendent and the plenary of the Liberian Senate. hacking the superintendent's Facebook account to develop a post that contains insults against Senator Milton Teahjay will not help you. We have all evidences of Senator Teahjay's threats against the superintendent. Just so you know, the superintendent is prepared to meet the House of Elders, and trust me, we will come out of the plenary with a flying color. Amanda. Okay, so that's the piece from the office of the superintendent for, actually, if you like, from the meeting yesterday. The CPA community interaction when the citizen met with the superintendent. So that's a statement from the secretary of the office. All right, so that's something I wanted to talk about. Let me see here what I got for you next. That's something I wanted to look at again before I go to the next one. Okay, I read a post. All right, so with respect to that, I want to have another article here right here. It was written by Maurice Saka. With respect to the activities of Senator Teahjay, what he's doing. So you know this man, these in the county. We shouldn't, I mean, these guys are the ones that are there, and they are reporting the young people of Sano County. The same people that voted for Teahjay now, they are exposing him. Let's read the other piece written by Maurice Saka on Sano 4. It was posted a brilliantly written piece. So I cannot go without reading this piece. Okay, it says here, wow, we are in trouble. Okay, Maurice Saka wrote this. He said a Malian dictator has sanctioned the sacking of Ministry of Internal Affairs employees for what he called disloyalty to him. According to our source of information, Senator J. Milton Teahjay of Sano County has influenced some district superintendents to replace all those working in their districts with new breed of people. The source indicated to us that the order came from the backdrop that those local officials, especially from Taiwan coroner working, did not show their loyalty to him because they allow Honorable Marvin Zaza to get reelected. All right. So Senator Teahjay wanted Kolo. Excuse me, guys. He wanted Kolo to be the superintendent of Sano County, or the representative for electoral district number 3. That's the man he campaigned for. But the people voted for Mr. Zaza. The people from even Teahjay's own town, they voted for Honorable Zaza, and so he is angry. I think I should bring Mr. Zaza picture here. Give me a second here, quick. Let me bring his picture so that you know who I'm talking about. Senator Teahjay is on. He's frustrated. He wanted Koro to be the lawmaker, but unfortunately, the people voted against him. They voted against the candidate, and they elected Mr. Zaza, and so he is angry, and that's why he's going after people now in the county. Let me get this picture for you quickly. It's coming out shortly. I think I went too far. No, I went far. Give me a second. I'll come here with a picture here quick. Quickly, it's coming here. All right, let me just put this there for Mr. Zaza. Okay, so that's the man. Mr. Teahjay wanted the man out. Even though the man he is doing incredibly well. Okay, and so because of Mr. Zaza, he was re-elected. He was given additional 6 years. So Senator Teahjay is angry, and so because of that, he said because the people voted for Mr. Zaza, so he will make sure and change those people and bring his own people. All right. So that's why he's fighting right now in the county. All right. So the second paragraph here, Morris wrote, about 100 plus local officials are affected by the Sano pernicious lawmaker ever in the history of the county. Our source close to those superintendents been influenced or mandated to replace poor innocent citizens, mostly of Teahjay said the senator has been fermenting with anger since Honorable Zaza won the entire Teahjay district, lamenting that it is a slap in his face and a challenge to his authority. Okay. For this reason, he will have all those who are holding local positions in the district replaced. Okay, because of that, the people did not vote for his candidate, and Mr. Zaza was replaced, and he was re-voted. And according to this piece, he's angry because the people in his region, Mr. Zaza won his town. The whole Teahjay region, they voted for him, so he's doing everything now to replace all the people on payroll. Because according to him, those people, they were recommended by Mr. Zaza, so he will replace all those people. All right, that's Senator Milton Teahjay. All right, so it goes on to say, Senator Teahjay, who stood his ground and vowed not to confront Madame Annie Pobleh. Okay, the Annie Pobleh now, who Senator Teahjay instructed to remove people from payroll, the lady, during her confirmation, Teahjay refused to confirm her. Listen, let me get a woman picture for you. Mr. Zaza over there, let me get Madame Pobleh picture for you here quick. She is right here. Saw the picture shortly. Give me a second. All right, so let me get Madame Pobleh, the superintendent. Senator Teahjay is using now to take people from payroll. All right, the woman that Mr. Zaza and Mr. Mabutu the fourth, they got a woman on payroll now, and she's the cursing of Senator Teahjay. But she is now being used. Teahjay is telling her now to fire people, and she is going ahead and doing that. Picture is coming up shortly. I got a picture here. She took over 47. Okay, right here. That's a picture here. Here is the lady. That's Madame Annie Pobleh. She is the superintendent for the Teahjay statutory district. All right. So she's the one now Senator Teahjay is using to take people. This is the woman who Senator Teahjay refused to confirm when she was nominated. It was Honorable Zaza and Mabutu that fought for the woman to get a position she has right now. But now she is listening to Senator Teahjay. You see how some of the people, they are ungrateful. She is now listening to Senator Teahjay and removing people from payroll. All right, so let's go ahead. I want to read the part. Senator Milton Teahjay, who stood his ground and vowed not to confirm Madame Annie Pobleh, including scores of other citizens, when she was nominated by His Excellency Dr. George Malawia as superintendent of Teahjay statutory district, on grounds that Madame Pobleh is a staunch supporter of Honorable Matthew G. Zaza. Okay, you see, because Mr. Zaza, she was a supporter, and so Mr. Zaza and Senator Mabutu the fourth to get her this position. But now she is listening to Teahjay, okay? Because Senator Teahjay opposed her because she was supporting Mr. Zaza, but then, all right, she said, okay, is now using the innocent lady to achieve his devilish mission. Of the 100 plus citizens who are at the verge of losing their positions to Sano County vendetta leader, 46 are from Teahjay alone. So from Teahjay own area, 46 people out of the 100 person plus, 46 person are from the Teahjay belt. See, the man is dangerous. He's telling you 2023, you're pulling back. So now he's using a cursing now, a family shit now. So if you don't move the people, I will make sure and move you. He threatened her. So she is paranoid. Instead of going to the people that campaign for her to be in that position, she's listening to Teahjay. All right. So for the six from our own area, from Teahjay own place, for the 6th person were removed from payroll. This speaks to the fact that the senator sees Teahjay as his kingdom, where his will is imposed on the people. As a punishment to deter the citizens from exercising their constitutional right to elect leaders of their choice, the senator says he will make sure everyone working within the boundaries of Teahjay as local employee to abide by his whims and caprices, and that anyone going contrary to his will shall lose his or her job. Madame Pobleh was forced to write the Ministry of Internal Affairs asking for the replacement of over 40 employees. Okay, that's it. Senator Teahjay is bullying the woman now to replace the people, and she did that. She executed that command. The historian of the senator getting poor people out of jobs is known to every young baby in Sano. It can be recorded that then it can be recorded. It can be recorded that when the senator was appointed by His Excellency Madam Salif, he said he wasn't comfortable working with one Mr. Zacchaeus Kennedy, a Teahjay man who was working with the National Security Agency in Sino. Not only that, Senator Teahjay vehemently opposed Mr. Brown Boy, also a Teahjay man who was head of the Sino Concerned Citizens Movement, on grounds that Mr. Boy is not a good man. Mr. Boy was replaced forcibly. More to that, Senator Teahjay made Mr. Jerry K. Sampson to lose his job with Golden Verilion, Liberia, an oil palm company operating in the county for supporting former Senator Nyempa. Okay, the man is on the rampage. He calls or removed Mr. Peter Weber, also a Teahjay man who was the superintendent of Greenville Prison, from his job. He had made his own friend who served as his deputy when he was superintendent, Honorable Thomas Romeo Quia, to lose his position as superintendent of Sano. I can go on and on naming people, poor people who lost their jobs just because of the pugnacity of this Sano leader. Okay? So that's Senator Teahjay. That's what he's doing, going after people. Not only getting people out of their jobs, Sano Milton Teahjay has denied schools or Sano students from benefiting the county resources on grounds that those students support politicians who are opponents to him. Just to name a few, Marcus Sa, Columbus Nenen, and I were victims of the senator. He removed our names from the county financial aid list on grounds that we are supporters of Honorable Zaza. See, so Senator Teahjay is a vicious man. He is diabolical. Fellow citizens, our county is in trouble. The confusion in Sano is far from over as long as we have Senator Milton Teahjay as a leader. His entire department is characterized by vindictiveness and confusion. The senator must be purged from the leadership structure of the county if we must have a peaceful county. All right, that was a piece from one of the young intellectuals from Sano County, Morris Sacco. He graduated recently from the University of Liberia, magna cum laude. All right, and Senator Teahjay, he was on the scholarship list of Sano County. Senator Teahjay removed him from that scholarship list on grounds that he is a supporter of Honorable Matthew Zaza. And so that's why Senator Teahjay has been now. He is after this woman. Now the woman on the screen there for you, she is the superintendent for Teahjay 1 statutory district called Madam Annie Pobleh. Now he is using Annie Pobleh now. Annie Pobleh took 46 people for Teahjay 1 for payroll. Over 100 of them, but 46 of the people, they are from the Teahjay 1 belt. That's the trouble we are in. And that trouble wasn't brought to Sano County by different people. The trouble was brought by the people themselves. So hopefully the people themselves will make that correction. All right? If you don't make that correction, it's up to you. 2023, you have the right to replace Senator Teahjay or you maintain him. All right? So now let me get you the article. Let me get you this article. This next one. Okay, no, that won't be the last for us. So the next thing I wanted to talk about here is this one right here. Let's leave Madam Pobleh over there. So this one, will the construction of new edifice solve the insolvency and maintenance problems of Voice of Sano? Okay, Voice of Sano is the radio station for Sano County. It's the only radio station. It has been up the air for a long time. Not because there is no building.
Bluetooth ready for connection.
Not because there is no building. It's because. Give me a second, guys. Let me get my device in charge here. It's not because of building problem. It's because of money problem. the people cannot maintain it. No money, they can't maintain the structure. So now the reason I brought the question, the building a new structure, I'm quite sure it's not a problem. I mean, building a new structure is the good thing. It's a good news for our county, all right, for the station to get a new building. But the problem has not been because it has not been because the station does not have a good building. The problem has been the maintenance of the station in terms of fueling and stuff like that, and gas and stuff like that. And that's what the guys have been grappling with for a long time. All right. So now we are about to get a new building. Are we going to maintain that structure or the station? If the people move in the new building, is it going to be having gas 24/7? They're going to have a new generator 24 power generator 24/7? Is that what people are telling us? Okay, so we appreciate that, but I just think it's not a major problem the radio station is grappling with. It's grappling with the power issue, the gas issue, and all of that. And that's why right now, Radio Kigali is causing problem in the county. Radio Kigali is the radio station of Senator Milton Teahjay, which is causing chaos amongst our people. The man is not using the radio station for good reasons, for uniting the people. Is using it to put the people apart, like the way the Radio Kigali in Rwanda, the people use it to make the people to kill almost millions of people in hundreds of people or almost million people in our country during the Rwanda conflict. Okay, so that's why Senator Teahjay radio station is called now Radio Kigali in Sano County. The man is using it to put the county apart. All right, he lying on other leaders in the county, and just so that conflict can come in the county. And so now the new person that is being used is Madam Pobleh, who is a superintendent. The lady who Honorable Zaza and Mabutu and others they helped to get a job. Senator Teahjay opposed her on grounds that she supported Mr. Zaza, or she's a supporter of Mr. Zaza. And now that's a woman now is listening to Senator Teahjay and taking people from payroll. All right. So it's sad for the woman. You guys are not doing, I don't know whether she got people around her advising her. That is not a good move on her part. To listen to Senator Teahjay and take 47% from payroll, that is not a good thing. That is not a good move at all, okay? That is dangerous for her. All right, so that's something, let me see what I wanted to, so that's a little bit of the Sano station that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully, again, having a new station will make us to maintain it. Again, having a new station is different from having the gas to run that station, having money to run that station. Okay, so that's a money issue. The guys that are running the station, they have been grappling with. All right, that's something that I wanted to talk about. Okay, let me see here something that I got here. All right, so the superintendent of Sano County, not the superintendent, but the Teahjay area. Again, I just told you Senator Milton Teahjay impressed upon her to take 100% or 46 from the Teahjay belt. Okay, took those people from payroll. Now. They had a team in a place there. The reason she did that, there was a gentleman called, let me see if I can get his picture here for you. That a gentleman they were using at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. All right, to take people from payroll. And guess what happened to him? This is the gentleman right here. Let me put a picture up for you. Wait. Come on, taking too long. Let me get an image out there for you. The gentleman that Teahjay and Madam Pobleh they used to get people from payroll, and see what happened to him too. See, when you plan evil for the people, this is what happens to you. Yeah, so I want to bring that. I don't know why it's taking too long to load. Okay, bam, it came up finally. Okay, so this is the gentleman. Let me bring my Pobleh picture down for a little bit here. So this is the gentleman right here that was that they were using Senator Teahjay and Madame Pobleh. They were using to take people from payroll. All right. So Madame Pobleh, the superintendent for the Teahjay 1 statutory district, this lady right here, the lady carries her names to that gentleman. They call him. Let me get to his name here. Let me get to the article here I want to share with you too. That's why I put his picture up there so that we can talk about him. I got the article here. Let me open it real quick from Front Page Africa. So this is the diabolical man that they were passing through. You know, it's all about bribery. So, when you put these people on payroll, we'll give you. I mean, it's about kickbacks. You know, you get something back from whatever you do. And so you are working with Madame Pobleh and Teahjay, at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, to do this. So this is the article from Front Page Africa. Okay, Liberia. Ministry of Internal Affairs dismisses human resource manager for payroll padding. Okay, that's what you are doing. You are padding the payroll. Okay, what is that? Let's read the article. It says Mr. Kia allegedly placed about 46 additional names on the payroll without any authorization. Okay, so you were doing it undercover. You were putting, again, you have to understand the 46th person. Madame Pobleh wrote a letter. The lady over there you see on the screen wrote a letter dismissing 46 citizens from Teahjay 1 who are on payroll. All right. And so it's in Morovia, it's father. So the man doesn't know, but they did their contract already. But the thing is, before you remove people from payroll, you have to be authorized. Somebody cannot just bring you names and you take them from payroll. But they were working on the table with Teahjay and this lady. Oh, when you do that, you get kickback. You know, you get something back. All right, and that's what they were doing. So, but he got caught up in the corruption. All right, taking a 46-person name. So this is what the article says. The Ministry of External Affairs on Tuesday, March the 24th, dismissed its director for human resource for alleged falsification and padding of the ministry's payroll. The ministry took the decision to dismiss Mr. Stephen Kayan on Tuesday, March the 24th. Sorry. It can be recalled that the Internal Audit Agency recently alarmed the inclusion of about 700 ghost names on the MIA's payroll following a recent audit. Okay, they did an audit and over 700 persons got to be removed. It can be recalled that the Internal Audit Agency recently alarmed the inclusion. The people put over like 700, about 700 persons ghost names on the payroll. Okay, alarmed the inclusion of about 700 ghost names on the Ministry of Internal Affairs payroll following a recent audit. Speaking in an exclusive interview with Front Page Africa via telephone on Tuesday, the Director of Communication at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Ibrahim X. Kromah, disclosed that following the conduct of the audit, the ministry requested for a payroll verification. Kromah pointed out that the verification was carried out by the Civil Service Agency in conjunction with the RAA, which is the Internal Audit Agency. Okay, so they carried out. He added that following the conduct of the verification, it was established that dozens of employees who were inactive as a result of death, incapability, or resignation were allegedly replaced by Mr. Kayan outside of the personnel action notice. Okay, Mr. Kromah alleged that Mr. Kayan placed about 46 additional names on the payroll without any authorization. He stated that several county superintendents had expressed concerns. Okay, he stated that several county superintendents, including Lee Nambuchi, all of them, they expressed concern about people's names being removed from payroll. Okay, yes, he stated that several county superintendents had expressed concern that names of employees who died or abandoned jobs have not been replaced. Okay, they still got those people on payroll getting the money, but records showed that they were already receiving their salaries. People are dying or that are not working is still receiving salary. Like, bro, it's a mess. All right. Whenever the superintendents come to the ministry, they find out that there is no vacancy, even though issue actually be there. He said the human resource director will keep sending them around. Okay, when the people go there to get those issues settled, the people that are now on payroll or that are dead or that resign or abandon the jobs, to get them, they will say, oh, the people are already on payroll, all right, or the people are already getting their salary. Who taking the salary? They don't know, all right. The human resource director will just keep sending ups around. The man will send out because he's getting cut himself, all right. He getting somebody cut. I mean, so you can see him good. All right, that's the man right there. That's the man that were working with Teahjay and Annie Pobleh to get people from payroll. The human resource director will just keep sending them around. When the Ministry of Internal Affairs went on his county tour, people complained to him that they were working, but they were not on payroll. And people who are not working are on payroll. Okay, that's Liberia for you. Later did we know that it was the director of human resource who was arbitrarily putting people on payroll for his own benefits. Okay, that's what the gentleman was doing. He putting people on payroll arbitrarily on his own volition. Okay, nobody authorized him to do that. After the investigation, he was called today and admitted to senior start of putting 2 employees on the payroll, and we know that it is not true. Okay, we have a list of more than 46 persons that were added to the payroll, and we know that he added even more. Okay, our employees have been complaining that they are working, but their names are not on the payroll. Okay, that's what the gentleman was doing. Mr. Kane's dismissal is in line with the Civil Service Standing Orders of 2012, Chapter 4, Section 2, Subsection 4, 2D, and H. Croman said, the Civil Service Standing Orders of 2012, Chapter 4, Section 2, Subsection 4, 222DH, or whatever. Okay, the line goes on state that when a case of misconduct or general inefficiency is brought to the attention of an agency head or the director general, disciplinary proceedings shall be initiated only after the employee or officer concerned has been given adequate opportunity to exculpate himself. Also, Section 4.2.2 states that if an employee fails to exculpate himself, that person may be suspended or dismissed. Mr. Kurman, however, disclosed that authorities of the Ministry of Internal Affairs will further decide on the prosecution of Mr. Kane for the alleged acts committed. When contacted via telephone, Mr. Kane denied the allegation, terming it as false and misleading. Okay, he explained that 8 names were submitted to his office by authorities of the ministry to be added on the payroll, but the directive was not signed, by both the deputy minister for administrative and his assistant. Okay, he put people on payroll. He admitting that it wasn't signed. All right, but he put them on payroll. You don't put yourself in a problem. He explained that 8 names were submitted to his office by authorities of the ministry to be added on the payroll, but the directive was not signed by both the deputy minister for administrative and his assistant. Okay, why you put them on payroll if the directive wasn't signed? Okay, so you are in a line of guilt, and that's why they fire him. According to him, those names were submitted by one of the statutory superintendents of Sano County. Okay, that's Madam Pobleh. Okay, that's a superintendent right there that sent the names, and he took the name and put it on payroll. According to him, those names were submitted by one of the statutory superintendents of Sano County. That's Madam Pobleh. Or Pobleh, she put the people on payroll. She gave it to the man. The man did not do investigation and accepted those people. It was 8 persons we added based upon the document that was submitted to the ministry by Superintendent Annie Pobleh. Okay, Annie Pobleh carried a list to him, and he didn't get approval from his bosses, and he executed that. It was the Deputy Minister for Administration who forwarded the document to us. Mr. Kyan, however, alleged or challenged authorities of the ministry to provide evidence of the checks of individual salaries he was receiving or the names of those he placed on the payroll. According to him, the IAA report wrongly captured employees working in the Leeward counties. I don't know these people. How would I connive with them to receive kickbacks? If they are saying that I was engaged in payroll padding, let them provide the names of those checks I have been receiving. Okay, so that's the article I just wanted to share with you, the gentleman, Mr. Kyan, or whatever his name is. He was dismissed by taking command from Madam Annie Pobleh, actually. Pobleh for carrying names to him, and he executed that command. So they took him they fired him. So the people of Sano County, you are getting justice. Senator Teahjay tricks that he playing in the county will not work. The people, we got the gurus in government that are also working on behalf of the people, and we'll make sure that they get justice. This diabolical man will not take people on payroll and it goes like that. And so the other leaders are also working, making sure that those on the inside that Senator Teahjay and Annie Pobleh are working with, those people, they are being removed. Okay, so that people will get justice, so that they will get something on their table to take care of their children as well. That the way Annie Pobleh and Senator Teahjay are doing, taking care of their children, and stuff like that, sending their children to school. These people, they don't want our people to get better. They want to keep our people ignorant, and so that they can keep using them. And so we want to thank those on the inside that are working like on Muzasa, others that are making sure that our people are getting justice. They are not being suppressed by those diabolical leaders like Senator Teahjay and Annie Pobleh, who are now joined Senator Teahjay to suppress our people. All right. So I will be looking at your comments shortly. That's my agenda for tonight. I want to say thank you for joining the Voice of Sound always, to come and hear from your county and see the trending issues. That's why we are here, to bring things to you. All right. Let me get this all here for you, and so that we can call it a night. We've been up for a while. Let's see what I got for you here. Something interesting. I think I need the Teahjay music that I played earlier, so that we can get out of here. All right, let me see your comments that are trending here. I'll recognize those that are following, and we'll call it a now. Let our music load quickly for us. But we are making some progress in Sano County. Those bad people that are working along with Senator Teahjay and Annie Pobleh, the gentlemen were fired. So we are making some progress. So, Mr. President, Samson Kai, how you doing, Sir Brown? Thanks for following. Well, Charles, it is good when Milton Teahjay using profanities or others. What do you think? Okay, so Mr. Charles, could you say, not a good response, Milton. These issues or concerns about our county officials should be addressed professionally. All right? Professionally, what are you talking about? They should look at the guy to continue to insult people, and you take the so somebody just have to stand out to cheers, not cheer, but Milton Teahjay level. They should have to stoop to a level sometimes to tell him that what he's doing is I mean, Liberian people say pepper can't hear in door, one door. I know you can hear in door art. If you think you're insulting people, you go with impunity. Other people can do it to you as well. So, I wouldn't leave Nambuchi. I would have stood up to him and to tell you that it's not okay to insult other people. All right? Yeah. So, but I don't think it's okay to insult other people 24/7, and nothing is being done. And you said people should address Milton Teahjay with professionalism. Mr. Teahjay is not about anybody. If he insults people, other people should be able to insult him too. Being senator does not mean you are above insult. If you can't do the right thing, you will get on the radio. You the lawmaker, that the people looking out to you will not be professional. You will insult. You will go and insult the superintendent. As a matter of fact, include his parents in your speech. That is not professional. So you're not conducting yourself unprofessionally. Sometimes he has to be addressed unprofessionally. All right, the Milton Shibwe said he is a noise maker and a complete mess. A rude man doesn't respect anybody who has opposing views. Lee Nambuchi shouldn't apologize to this criminal called Milton Teahjay. Milton Teahjay is a complete criminal and nobody should respect him. Honestly, what our people did was wrong. That's an Melvin Dewar said that. All right, I think I read the other comments earlier. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, all those are following. Thanks for following the Voice of Sano in the diaspora. This is how we're doing it
Since
for the night.
1847, Ducal Palace has been the tallest building in Monrovia City. This is like over 81%. Oh, pops. The young people teenagers are on the street, prostitutions around the world, teenage pregnancy, on the street selling for survival. Oh God, send us our Savior.
Rice baby, Teahjay. I know I'm the way. LIP. And let's talk about it.
Hey, Young Masu exclusive.
Hey. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today.
I just talked about some of the plenty things.
We got plenty things to talk about here today. See, every fresh start with Francie B. Francie B, we miss you. Everybody loves you, but God love you best. See, your dad makes you, and your mom makes you, and all your friends too. I remember the time we were doing longer me. Raspberry JB, Equacy I was lost, on the beat, the legend, Equacy It's a big blow through the game. The whole world is causing the deep. We got plenty things to talk about here today. Oh Lord, we got plenty things to talk about here today. I wanna allow we got plenty things to talk about here today. You're too plenty. We got plenty things to talk about here today. Teahjay, we were talking. Yeah, talking now or forever hold your peace. It will hurt them some of them. We won't even can call us peace. But let them talk. Take a look at musicians then in this country. We should die first before you show us concern. I understand. Rest in peace, Quincy B and all the other soldiers. Letting too plenty. You see the chance for me to talk. Musician, union can't even talk. The politics, I should be the one that to polish it. The bigger mistake, why we using 3 currencies? The people suffer from hunger, only thought you can offer. Represented they were in power, they do the best. They come in again and leading the people left the mess. I got problems with LIB TV station, promoting foreign things, forgetting their own production. JFK, the West case, that death case. I should stop it for now, but I still got more to say. We got plenty things to talk about here today. Oh God. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We don't need a Southwest before you come to help us. Oh yeah, we don't need a Southwest before you come to our rescue. See, it's all in again, no time for us, my people. Hey, I see the way I'll be suffering.
Yeah. See the tough time we going through. Yeah. Sometimes my parents sleep out, but I choose to do music. Guess it's my dream, so I can never leave it. Believe it. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got boku things to talk about here today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the voice of Sano in the diaspora with Dark Side Pobleh Esoteric. Have yourself a wonderful night. We should talk to you next week. That is it. We are out for tonight.